Ryan, I'll tell you what, we just love watching you fly this. I believe you could tip your hat with this helicopter.
Well, thank you. It's when you first start learning to fly helicopters, they are very, very difficult. And the biggest part of them is learning how to hover, just in ground effect here. It's like riding on a ball of air, and that's where you're at. And that's the hardest part, and that's what you have to learn first, is the hardest portion of it. And once you learn that, and that's going to take you a good 30 hours to feel comfortable there of just learning how to hover before you go on to your advanced maneuvers and your flight maneuvers. And that's where the fun is once you get there. But then it's really great. But yeah, it can be deceiving there, seeing you in the beginning here in a hover. But it's really rewarding, the hours that you put into it.
Well, it's a beautiful helicopter, and the name on the side, Silver Pleasure.
Yes, over the years here, as I mentioned before, getting the family all through school and the kids and stuff, I didn't used to be so silver on top, but I am now. But this is my Silver Pleasure. It really is, and it is a pleasure to fly, and really do enjoy it. And it's just great. My family loves it. My kids love flying. I have a 76-year-old mother that just loves flying with me. Now, I have the doors for it. I've got doors. I have a heating system, so I can fly it year-round. But my 76-year-old mother loves to have the doors off and just go up and just fly around.
A quick little flying lesson on how to fly a helicopter. Now, would you go through the controls with us?
Yes, we basically have 3 major controls here. We have first our disc here, this is called our cyclic, and this controls the pitch on our main blades as they rotate. Now we're just hanging below the main blades, just hanging freely and to pivot there. But what controls the direction that you go as the blades are rotating in their free disc area there, that as I would give it more forward motion on the cyclic here, it actually puts more pitch in the disc as it goes through the rear of its rotation, which causes you to tilt forward and go forwards. And of course that's the same for any angle that we go there, so that gives us a 360-degree controls on that.
So you can fly forward, you can fly backwards and sideways.
Correct, correct.
Well, now how do we go up?
Well, we have our collective over here. That's my stick here on the side, is to pull up. I also have a throttle on that to keep the RPMs of the disc up to speed. But your blades there are actually go, when I'm all the way down, is in a -2 degrees minus pitch, and when I'm all the way up, we're in a positive 10 degrees pitch attitude. So the more collective you give it, the more pitch, the more lift you get. But you must maintain your throttle to keep the blade RPM up, because it'll, so you don't stall it out.
Okay, then you got foot pedals. How does that work?
Our foot pedals is what's called an anti-torque pedals. What it does with the main rotor disc rotating as it does with the engine pressure there, it wants the torque of it wants to cause the body of the helicopter to rotate. So this actually controls the tail blades that are out there on the back of the helicopter, and will the more as I push on the pedals and stuff, will give more pitch according to what I need to to compensate for the torque from the main blades and keep the nose pointed in the right direction.
And so then when you come into a hover, it's just a combination of all these controls. You're just really balancing everything, aren't you?
That's correct.
And that's the skill of a helicopter pilot.
That's definitely the skill of the helicopter pilot when you're in a hover.
It's fun probably for you to get together with other helicopter pilots, and there's probably fly-ins for just this type of flying machine.
Yes, there's one that's been going on for a lot of years over at Homer Bell's Ranch in Hillsboro, Ohio. It's just at his farm out there, and I've been able to go to it for the last 4 years, although this was the first year I was able to fly there. I did have mine completed last year, but I was still limited to 25 miles of my home area. But when I first went there was 24 RotorWay helicopters there. The next year there was a few more. Last year there was 34, and this year when I went and I was able to fly and was just great, there was actually 58 helicopters there.
Now 58 helicopters, that must have drawn a lot of attention. Anything stand out, any fun thing you did that day?
Yes, actually, the thing that was the neatest for me, at one time there was 17 of us helicopters that had gotten together and actually flown into a Dairy Queen out on the outside edge of Hillsboro. We actually landed in a field next to it, which is a John Deere dealership, and 17 of us landed at this Dairy Queen to have an ice cream cone, and that was really neat.
Well, I bet the old Dairy Queen got busy. 17 helicopters at a Dairy Queen. I bet the manager liked that.
Yes, it got a lot of attention. Cars was just stopping along the road, just checking these helicopters out, and it was really a neat sight. Now they have other things there of games that they have, of like you have in the airplane fly-ins, they have the bomb drops and stuff like that, but we have hoops and stuff that are on stakes. We'll pick up with the skids, move over to other locations and stuff. We have a soccer game where we actually take a soccer ball and we'll blow it into try to get it into a big circle hoop.
So that just shows the skills that you have out there hovering and the maneuverability of your helicopter.
Correct, and a lot of fun with all of these different people coming together. They come from not just in the United States. We'll have some that comes from other countries, but they come from all over California and everywhere, and these guys that are the owners and builders, and a lot of them are just right now buying or in the middle of building their helicopters. A lot of people there, and it's really just a great event.
Well, Ryan, you're a very interesting guy yourself, and showing this helicopter, we appreciate it, and I'm sure that you're very enthusiastic. Anybody that is interested, you'd be happy to talk to them about it.
Oh, absolutely, yes. Yes, and I do all the time. And I have pictures. I've got a documentation of the construction of this, a book that's 3 inches thick, documenting daily and taking pictures daily, and I'll share it with anybody.
Sure appreciate you taking the time to show us this beautiful helicopter today. Also, the time that you give us at the FlyInCruiseIn. You brought it a couple years and shared it with the people. We appreciate that. It's just a beautiful machine that not everybody has, but like you say, an average guy could put this together.
Yes, I really enjoyed this year and last year there. It's such a beautiful FlyInCruiseIn with a pancake breakfast. It's just spectacular. All the people, the cars, the airplanes. It's really spectacular, and I just enjoy it. And you have so many people coming. Of course, I work in the Marion area, and so many people I know are there, and it's just a neat gathering there.
Wonderful community event.
Very much. Very much so.
Thank you, Brian.